Hello! This will be the first video tutorial on AutoCAD in cooperation with the Engineers Without Borders student chapter at Oregon State University. Hi, my name is Cathy, and today we'll be going over some of the user interfaces and navigating through the windows that might be useful for your project. Please keep in mind that I'll be focusing on the drawing aspect of AutoCAD. So if we open up a new drawing, we are greeted with a model space. The model space is a 3D drawing area where we can draw geometry and objects for your design. To draw a design, we have the Draw panel, where there's numerous commands that can be used to design our object. We'll go over more of these commands in a future video. So let's say we use this line command here, and I can draw numerous line segments. Hit escape if you want to close the command. We can also use the command by typing it into the command line shown on the bottom. You can type in line, and this is also another way to use the line command. So here is another drawing where I have different layers shown here. And layers are a great way to organize our lines and objects into different categories for convenience. So if I go on the layers property, here I can change the line type and line width of the drawing, as well as to turn on or turn off a layer. And here, if I go to the door layer, I can show it or not show it. We can also change our viewport, and the viewport is simply how we view our objects in the model space. So on this right hand corner, we have the navigation wheel, as well as other commands that we can use to move our view around the model space. So if I go on this cube here, I can change the angle of how I'm viewing things. Another thing to note is that we can change the style of our lines. So here is a 3D model, and if we want to show it in a more realistic style, I can go on the upper left hand corner and change it to realistic. If you are ever lost in the model space or can't navigate where your drawing is, you can double tap on your scroller mouse to go back to the original view. On the View tab, we can also have multiple viewports. If you go here onto View and go to Viewport configuration, we can change it into multiple viewports. So here I have 2 viewports, and I can change both the views or rotation of the viewports. On the Insert tab, we have commands that allow us to insert objects or blocks created from our current and previous drawings. For example, if I want to create a block from this drawing, I just need to select the object, click on Create Block. Let's call this Block 1. Hit OK. And we can insert this block in our current or future drawings. On the Reference panel, we can refer to other files that we have referenced for our drawing. So here I can attach a PDF into my drawing. PDF import is also a great tool that we can use to insert completed drawings of our AutoCAD file that we have exported as a PDF. Typically, we want to label our objects, whether it's specifying its dimensions, name, or information required in the drawing. We can edit and change the properties of our text, thus increasing or decreasing our size by going on the Annotate tab. Annotate means that the text is assigned to the scale of the drawing. I'll skip over the Parametrics tab since it's typically not used. On the Manage tab, we can change some of the ribbon properties and customize our user interface. So let's say we are done with designing our drawing. We can plot it to print on a piece of paper. You can find the commands of this on the Output tab. If we want to see what it's like on a paper, we'll have to go onto our paper space. So let's say we want to create a layout of how we want to view our paper. So let's say I use a template from AutoCAD. Let's go Sheet Set. Let's just use Architectural Imperial. We can go in here and add our viewport into the paper space. So I'll type in viewport. We can have multiple viewports, but I'm going to use the single. Now we'll want to plot our drawing. So if I type in plot, continue to plot a single sheet. Here I can change the style and setup of how my drawing is going to be plotted. So here I can go to monochrome and plot it black and white, as well as converting it into a PDF by going on here and scroll down until we reach DWG to PDF. And we can also preview our drawing. So this is what it typically looks like on paper. And right now the paper size is set as 24 by 36 because this is what we set as our layout. For future reference, we typically use ANSI A or ANSI B since that's the typical style or size of the paper that we'll be using. You can hit OK and it'll save to a spot on your computer. So that's all for today. If you have any suggestions or questions, you can contact us via email.